Hello viewers, welcome to my class. This is Susmita and in this video we will discuss plant nutrition from the chapter Life Processes Class 10 Science NCRT. Just like other organisms, plants also require food which can supply energy for their various metabolic activities. Though animals can move from one place to another in search of food, plants cannot move. They just stand static at a place. So, for their food, they prepare their food. They do not move here and there and collect food, but they are the autotrophs who prepare their own food using simple raw materials, that is water and carbon dioxide, in the presence of sunlight. And for this they have a pigment present in their body, that is chlorophyll. This process of preparation of food by plants is called photosynthesis. Thus, we can define photosynthesis as the process by which green plants prepare food using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. The food prepared is carbohydrate and is stored in the form of starch. Oxygen is released during this process. The reaction taking place during the process of photosynthesis may be represented in the form of an equation. Now let us understand what actually happens during the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes place in the following three steps. Number 1, absorption of light energy, that is sunlight, by chlorophyll. Number 2, conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting up of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. Number 3, reduction of carbon dioxide by hydrogen to form carbohydrate. Please note that these three steps involved in photosynthesis need not take place one after the other immediately. They can take place at different times. For example, in desert plants, they take up carbon dioxide at night and prepare an intermediate product which is acted upon by sunlight or sun's energy, and this energy absorbed by chlorophyll when sun is present during daytime, that is next day. Now let us see what are the conditions necessary for photosynthesis to take place. The conditions necessary or the raw materials needed for photosynthesis are sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and water. Before we discuss photosynthesis in detail, let us understand an experiment which helps us to prove that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Follow this procedure. First, take a potted plant and keep it in a dark place for 2 to 3 days so that the leaves get destarched. Second, place a part of one of its leaves with a strip of black paper. Make sure that both sides of the leaf is covered. Now, place this plant in sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. Fourth, pluck the selected covered leaf and remove the black paper covering from it. Now place this leaf in the beaker containing water and boil it for about 10 minutes. Sixth, take out the leaf and now boil it in alcohol using water bath for about 10 minutes. This removes chlorophyll. Finally, take out the leaf and wash it under running water. Now place this leaf in a petri dish and put a few drops of iodine solution on it and observe the change in color. I'm sure you all remember that iodine test is the test conducted to find out the presence of starch. Now here what we will observe is that the leaf turns blue-black except in the portion which was covered by black paper, as this covered region did not receive light properly for photosynthesis to occur. Hence, no starch was formed there. The uncovered region received sunlight and starch was formed in that area. So, this proves that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Now let us discuss an activity which helps us to understand that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Procedure: take a potted plant with variegated leaves, say crotons, money plant, etc. Keep the plant in a dark room for about 3 days so that it gets destarched. Now keep the plant in sunlight for about 6 hours and pluck a leaf from the plant. Mark the green areas in it and trace them on a sheet of paper. Now dip the leaf in boiling water for a few minutes, and after this immerse it in a beaker containing alcohol. Now we can carefully place this beaker in a water bath and heat it until alcohol starts boiling. Now what happens to the color of the leaf? We observe that it slowly gets decolored. Now dip the leaf in a dilute solution of iodine for a few minutes. Take out the leaf and rinse off the iodine solution and observe the color of the leaf, and you can compare this with the tracing of leaf done in the beginning. With this color change, and when you compare it with the initial color, you can identify the places where starch is present, and this starch is formed in those areas where plant had chlorophyll. It was not removed. So this shows that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Now I shall discuss an activity to show that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. For this, take 2 potted plants of the same size and keep them in a dark room for about 3 days so that all the starch present in the leaves get used up. Keep the plants on separate glass plates. Keep a watch glass containing some potassium hydroxide near one plant to absorb carbon dioxide. Cover both the plants with bell jars and seal the bottom of the jars with Vaseline so that the setup is airtight. Now keep the plants in sunlight for 2 hours. Then pluck a leaf from each plant and test the same for the presence of starch. As we do iodine test on leaves taken from both the jars, we observe the following. The leaf of plant B, that is without potassium hydroxide, turns blue-black, while the leaf of plant A, which is with potassium hydroxide, remains pale colored, or we can say colorless. So what can we conclude from this experiment? We can conclude that leaf of plant B has synthesized starch by photosynthesis, whereas leaf of plant A has not synthesized starch and it does not contain carbon dioxide, which is essential for photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is absorbed by potassium hydroxide, so photosynthesis did not occur in plant A. So, in this video, I have discussed what is photosynthesis, what are the conditions necessary for photosynthesis, and a few experiments to demonstrate the essential conditions for photosynthesis. In my next video, I shall cover detail of photosynthesis, the chemical reaction that takes place during photosynthesis. Till then, keep practicing, enjoy learning.